So we have a playbook as part of our agency when AI is used in anything, that we have to put in this humanization. So I wanted to kind of just do this up. We've this research that we did for our own internal process has been like, I've been gathering data from multiple sources online over the last probably 6 to 12 months, and I've decided to just put it into it. But I just wanted to like break it down into these 30 really highly effective things to look at, because we do use AI in not only the ideation, we use it for certain areas, we use it in smaller businesses where we feel as though AI is acceptable because the level of quality that's in these other businesses is actually, their business competitors is actually so bad, or they're also dominated by AI. It's not something that needs a huge amount of informational based stuff from authoritative sources, but we wanted to go over this in a bit of detail to show kind of what our process is basically for this. But anyway, the core problem for a lot of this is the fact that AI has a signature where it's always about perfection and uniformity. So to humanize your text, you must intentionally break the mold and engineer unpredictability. So if you look over at the over here, we can see it like the AI signature is uniformity, predictable, over-optimized structure. So it's constantly the same thing, and we're getting used to it. And we're getting used to being this has been kind of the format of a lot of content online. So what we're trying to introduce is this human touch. Sometimes like misspellings might even be a sign of imperfection in non-AI content. But rhythmic change, intentional breaks, organic flow. So we bring in this little bit of chaos into the content nowadays, where an editor will go absolutely ballistic in a lot of cases. They saw some of the way that we're doing things, but that's just what we're seeing to kind of set ourselves aside from a lot of places out there. And it is working in our rankings index. We can see it overtaking some of the AI content that's in the mix. AI content is winning in a lot of queries at the moment, especially for long form and scalability. But I think eventually there's going to be slaps handed out. That's just my opinion on it. Sentence rhythm. So yeah, look, AI default, uniform lengths, consistent starting structures, drastic. What we do now is we drastic length mixing, shifting away from structural flow. The paragraph arc, is perfect topic, body, summary, conclusion, mold. We're doing varied lengths, abrupt endings without repetitions. So we're trying to do a little bit of that. On the vocabulary side of things, we have in vague, inflated jargon is on the AI side of things, like they'll leverage jargon basically, fluff. We're being more concise, straightforward, and paraphrasing, but we're also saying it in our own point of views as well, which is a big thing. The tone and flow is very forced and constant clarification. It's unnatural. So we're giving subjective opinions, specific anecdotes, and natural tangents. So it's just authentic voice and connection is one of the ways that we're looking at it. Now, phase one, under engineer structure symmetry sentences, this is like AI output is just uniformity, while the humanized output has different variations, structures, putting in things like pro tips, our thought boxes. But we do mixed lengths, we break the rhythm, combine short AI thoughts, merge isolated ideas into complex clauses, disrupt simple pattern matching. We split bloated AI sentences, take long meandering AI outputs and chop them into direct statements. We vary your sentence starter, so AI loves repeating. Transitional openings, 4 starting points. So we're trying to be a bit more organic in the flow, and we change the structural flow. If the previous sentence started with a who did, start the next sentence with the what happened. So being very ideological on that. AI paragraph is topic, body, summary. We're doing macro blocks, organic flow, very lengths, and we're doing micro blocks at the end, so punchy one-liners. But recording internal logic, same thing, but for focus, mix and active passive voice, so favor active, direct voice, but occasionally flip to passive, break uniformity. Very paragraph lengths, so visually mix macro in-depth paragraphs with micro sentence paragraphs. Break the perfect mold. AI includes a neat concluding summary on almost every paragraph. Delete them. Practice ruthless conciseness. So research shows in conclusion that data points to the fact that it is important to note. So data points to results, just distilled core message. But cut repetitive academic transitions. So erase filler like research shows that. Delete redundant section conclusions. Avoid over-explaining simple concepts. Stop clarifying obvious facts. Stop unnecessary paraphrasing. State the clear facts directly. Favor concise, active phrasing. Cut the bloat. Passive default wording. Phase 2 is purge the AI vocabulary list. So replace inflated verbs like leverage, delve, elevate. All these things we're so used to seeing now. Get rid of them. Drop forced metaphors and cliches. Bizarre smiles, phrasal verbs. Avoid algorithmic linking words. Banned would be things like in addition to, as well as, use semicolons. Vary prepositions. Mix up repeating prepositional structures. Phase 3 is erase the glaring tells. So cut generic preamble, remove empty exaggerated filler at the start. Erase parallel structures, red flag alert, it's not X, it's Y. Eliminate the M dash, LLMs overuse them. We all know this one. Break up triplets, break 3 lists of 3 points into 4 and 2. 3 bullet points is completely, it's AI. Like straight away, it doesn't matter what way you reword it. If you have 3 bullet points, why can't it be 6? Why can't it be 5? 2 and 1, change it up. Phase 3, we inject authentic humanity. So again, corporate robot is objective generic. We become a little bit opinionated in some parts of articles and copy. Even when we're getting down to talking about products now, we're starting to do some of this. 23 is remove disconnected analogies. The analogies trying too hard. Inject subtle subjectivity. Call a data point alarming to show a perspective or human perspective. 25, include hyper-specific tangents. Make relevant connections to personal anecdotes. It's always good because if you're an author and you're writing, you want to get that, I did this, or this happened to me in my experience, I've seen this. That really helps. Allow minor human quirks, so allow for conversational phrasing and natural imperfections. I'm like high school English kind of would be the equivalent of the way I'd write personally without these extra helps from tools or without research. So write simplistically, really. Phase 4 is we paraphrase ethically and protect your liability. So never replace wholesale. Entire essay rewrites create permanent liability. 28, retain 100% of the science. So verify the underlying facts remain perfectly intact and they're accurate. Big thing here is you need to make sure that you're looking at what these stats are bringing in or what references AI is using, because a lot of it can be this hallucinations. You want to get rid of it. So AI is for language, not drafting. Do the first pass manually. Use AI for only light grammar. Always oversight in text. So citations anchor your text to the original source. So if someone is part of your source, make sure you have it in. So the side angle, the side of the Angel's workflow is outline and strip, build structure, draw in raw citations, human draft, write or rough, first pass manually, target AI polish, so apply AI strictly for grammar readability, science verification, check original meaning was not altered, and final citation check, ensure all brackets survived in the edit. Autonomy of the teardown before and after, so this might be raw output. It's not just about rural data, it's about the urban inequality. Research shows we must delve into the data, examine the trends, and leverage the insights. And if we do this one, it's urban areas in China report income levels 3.87 times higher than rural counterparts. And you cite the source. This disparity is alarming. So it's subjective, human tone. Right. So again, this is our editor master list. It's kind of one that we use internally. I've used Notebook LM to take some of the data and take all our internal documentation and put it into a small little presentation, but very, very handy. And this is going on to our own internal training documents. To be honest, this is like one of our SOPs that we constantly refer to, so very handy.